Most people don't know their number. They don't have a grip on the amount of money that's going to be necessary to take them through perhaps 3 decades of retirement and allow them to do all the things they want and never run out of money. All being well, we will now spend 30, possibly even 40 years in retirement, and in that window we will see living costs rise more than 3 times. If you don't have your number, you have a massive problem. You have no plan. Second up, there's something like £5.7 trillion invested in our pensions and investments, and approximately 68% of that money is actively managed. We know from a whole raft of research that around 80% of it would have been better off in a low-cost index fund. Why is this important? Well, the excess costs from highly priced active management can be around 2% a year. So it works out at £64 billion every year, essentially wasted on high-cost funds, on high-cost managers, and on high-cost investment products. Only around 20% of active management works, and even when it does work, it has to keep on working. These people often have a bad plan. Even in cases where people have worked out their number, and they may have low-cost investment strategies driving their plan, quite often the ratio of bonds and equities is all backwards. I'm not a fan of bonds, and in my mind, most people have way too much exposure to them. It's a big problem because it can stop a plan growing. In the last 60 or so years, bonds have delivered around 5% per annum against inflation at the same 5%. So if you invest in bonds, you essentially stand still. By comparison, investing in the great large cap companies of the world delivered 10% annualized over the same period. I have an interest in investing in small cap companies, and these markets have delivered a premium over large cap at something like 14% per annum. It's likely that you will not achieve your retirement goals and secure that dream lifestyle if you're relying on bonds, and unfortunately millions of people out there have this problem. They have the wrong plan. Advisors tend to include bonds way too heavily in a portfolio just because their client scored low on a risk test. People need to understand the difference between the gyration of prices within equity markets and risk. Risk is all between the ears, in that people will panic and convert the gyration of prices into a loss. My clients don't because I tell them not to, and they trust me. My clients have a good plan, they know their number, and the strategy to deliver that number is tight. Look out for my next video where I'll give you a real steer on what you can do right now to find out exactly where you stand, take control of your plan, and secure your future.